the DEP team argued that you were the abuser, that you instigated physical violence. Did you?
I never had to instigate it.
You're
I
lying.
responded to it. When you're living in violence and it becomes normal, as I testified to, you have to adapt.
You say you were responding, but there is evidence. There are tapes in which you acknowledge hitting. There are tapes in which you say, I started the fight.
I know much has been made of these audio tapes. There
are tapes, evidences. Yeah, it is evidence. Like so many S's. There are many many evidence that you said you apologizing for fighting. You're saying, yeah, I started the fight. So what are you talking about? Tell this to someone that they don't watch this trial.
First leaked online after being edited. What you would hear in those clips are not evidence of what was happening. It was evidence of a negotiation of how to talk about that with your abuser.
But I am looking at a transcript that says, he says, you start physical fights, and you say, I did start a physical fight. I can't promise you I won't get physical again. I mean, this is in black and white. I understand context. But you're testifying and you're just telling me today, I never started a physical fight, and here you are on tape saying you did.
They want us to say, okay, Johnny types, I'm going to burn your body. I mean, she means Johnny meant to burn the body. But she opening her mouth to say, yeah, I started a physical fight. It's taken out of context. Really? Really? What the fuck? It's just unimaginable. The length, this is where I was gone with this lie. Like Johnny said, it started with a small lie, and now it has gone so big. There's nothing you can do about it. You just have to keep lying. Like she said, she's going to go to her grave with a lie.
Testified.
I mean, this is in black and white. I understand context. But you're testifying and you're just telling me today, I never started a physical fight, and here you are on tape saying you did.
As I testified on the stand about this, is that when your life is at risk, not only will you take the blame for things that you shouldn't take the blame for, but when you're in an abusive dynamic, psychologically,
that the tapes were leaked and edited, right? So my thought on that is that why did your lawyers not play the full video? So if they remove just 2 minutes of the video, right? Or 2 minutes of the audio rather, because it was not a video. 2 minutes of the audio. Why did your team not play 3 hours of the video? Because everybody had the same time. The judge everybody was given the same time, right? For this trial. Say everybody was given 20 hours to prove their case. So if Johnny's team edited 2 minutes from a 1 hour audio, why did your team not play the entire audio? I don't think she thought about that before she talked about it being edited, because I don't understand that part. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand just means I don't understand, because it's entire me. Why didn't you think about the fact that they edited it, right? You should have played the entire audio, Abi. Right? Abi means right. Sorry.
Emotionally and physically, you don't have the resources that, say, you or I do with the luxury of saying, hey, this is black and white, because it's anything but when you're living in it.
But then there are other times, there's another tape where you're taunting him and saying, oh, tell the world, Johnny Depp, I, a man, am a victim of domestic violence.
20-second clips or the transcripts of them are not representative of even the 2 hours or the 3 hours that those.
So something else I've noticed, like, look at this particular image. She told us throughout court that makeup, she covered bruises. We saw Johnny every day in court. He wore huge rings. Punched this face, a white face. A black face like mine can at least hide some bruises, a little. But this white face, white perfect face, was punched with a lot of rings. And this woman you're seeing in my screen says she covered those punch and bruises and broken lip, everything with makeup. But she cannot cover eye bags. She cannot cover dark circles on her eyes. She can't cover it. This is like a very clear image. I'm sure this studio used the best cameras. Even with your cameras and lights, she can't cover this. Even in court, you could see the wrinkles, the black eyes. She could not cover all that with makeup. But she claims she covered those kind of bruises. And so when I think of those people that still support Amber, I feel like upstairs you're not okay. For starters, you're not fine. This woman needs help, and she should get it. And you people that are supporting her, you need greater help. No get sense. Basically, what that means is your sense is not correct. Your head is not correct. Because I don't understand. Look at this face. She can't cover simple things like this, and she claims she can cover bruises. And her lip that cut into 5. She can cover it with red lipstick. All right.
Clips are excerpt from.
Could your side have just put the whole 3 hours in then?
I'm not a lawyer of even the 2 hours or the 3 hours that those
right?
clips
you
are
heard me
excerpt
say,
from.
right? I said
Could
it.
your side have just put the whole 3 hours in then?
I'm not a lawyer. As I testified to, I was talking in those recordings as a person.
She said, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. I can't even sound so American. I'm not a lawyer. What the fuck? You should have just played the entire 3 hours. Hallelujah. Why did your team not play the entire 3 hours video or 3 hours audio or 2 hours audio so I can get what you're trying to say? Why? You had cross-examination, you had redirect, right? So after Camille cross-examined you, your team had the opportunity to come and play the entire 3 hours audio for us to hear, but they did not. Because it would have proved further the same points everybody's trying to make, the same points. So this question is very important. Because I was like, why? That was the first thing I thought about. Why did they not just play the entire audio? If you said some part of it was edited and leaked. So why didn't you play the unedited part of that particular video? Because most of the audios, rather. Why do I keep calling videos? Oh, I'm talking too much. And I talk very fast. And I'm so sorry that some of you can't even understand what I'm saying. I can't even understand myself sometimes. But I should try and talk more clearer. And I have a pronunciation issue. There's an English word for it. I can't pronounce words correctly and spell words correctly. So, yeah. Anyways, where was I? I was saying, your team had all the opportunity to redirect you to give you a direct examination and all that shit, but they did not do anything. They did not, because it will further prove our point that you're lying and you're a lying bitch. So they just left that part out. So don't come on national TV and tell us that these clips were edited and tampered with, because that can be said too with the evidence you brought in. Although that was even proven that you tampered with your evidence. So don't even bring that one in. Why didn't you play the entire? That's the most important. Why didn't you play the entire audio?
Amount of emotional, psychological, and physical distress.
He says he never hit you.
He
never. Is that a lie?
Yes, it is.
What about the witnesses who said they have seen you instigate physical violence?
I've seen firsthand how people will file rank and support the person they depend on.
Did they all come in and lie in court?
I am not here to call any of these witnesses.
I didn't get that.
Any name.
Did they all come in and lie in court?
I am not here to call any of and how people will file.
Is that a lie?
Yes, it is.
What about the witnesses who said they have seen you instigate physical violence?
I've seen firsthand how people will file rank and support the person they depend on.
Did they all come in and lie in court?
I am not here to call any of his witnesses.
She has been watching a lot of YouTube videos on this particular topic, on how that everybody thinks she calls everybody a liar. I even have a video that said, Amber said, basically, everybody is lying but me. I am the perfect angel. I'm not a liar. I'm the perfect angel, innocent angel. Nobody can. She watches our YouTube videos. Probably not mine, because I'm a small channel, but she watches our YouTube. She probably watches behavioral acts. She watches this stuff. So she's been saying how that people are saying she's blaming everybody, she's got everybody a liar. She doesn't want to say it.
Any names, I'm here to just...
Did they all come in and lie in court?
I am not here to call any of his witnesses any names. I'm here to just kind of talk about it from...
If you're such a nice person, why did nobody come for you? Even your so-called friends, they were in their rooms and houses doing video depositions and stuff. Nobody came to court because of your only friend, Eve Balo, I think that's her name, that came to court. She behaved inappropriately and she was thrown out of court. So, nobody came for you. So, someone that has lived a life that he has been nothing but nice to people and all, and those who show up to court to testify of how he has been, and you blame them. You just came to speak there. There are a lot of people that testify against their bosses. Even your own staff testified against you. It's not anybody's fault that you have nobody to come to court and say nice things about you. Really, it's not anybody's fault. It's your fault.
It felt like for me as a person who...
I'm sorry.
His witnesses, any names, I'm here to just kind of talk about it from what it felt like for me as a person who sat there.
When I asked his lawyers, why do you think you won?
Playing this victim card, an innocent looking card, like... I'm not calling them names, I'm just saying I'm the abused.
Just kind of talk about it from what it felt like for me as a person who sat there.
When I asked his lawyers, why do you think you won? And the answer I got was, because she never took responsibility for anything she did in the marriage.
I did do and say horrible, regrettable things.
You did not tell the court that you didn't say horrible things, so I watched that trial. Like I said, tell all this to people that do not watch, that support you. Like one of her fans that was interviewed by, I think, Court TV or so. They asked her, so how long have you been following this particular case? She said, for a while now. For a while? And you support Amber? No wonder.
I behaved in horrible, almost unrecognizable to myself ways. I have so much regret. I freely and openly and voluntarily talked about what I did. I talked about the horrible language. I talked about being pushed to the extent where I didn't even know the difference between...
Did I miss? Someone should place a link in the comments to part of her testimony where she admitted to doing anything. Please, I want to be wrong. Just put a link to a video where she actually said, "Yeah, I was wrong. I'm sorry. This was horrible. I did this, but I'm sorry." One video.
Right and wrong. I will always continue to feel like I was a part of this, like I was the other half of this relationship, because I was. And it was ugly and could be very beautiful. It was very, very toxic. We were awful to each other. I made a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes. But I've always told the truth.
Bitty nonsense.